Hello and welcome everyone to this video. Today we will learn clustered bar and column chart from the Power BI visualization. Amongst the many chart visualization, this one is the clustered bar and the next one adjoining to that one is clustered column. The good news is almost all the features of formatting are common to both. So if you learn for one, you learn for the other. We'll understand various features and their utility. Within analytics, we'll talk about multiple options and then we'll move to formatting techniques. Now all this would make more sense once you see a demonstration. So let's begin. Now before us lies a clustered column chart. It is controlled by a small slicer on the left. What you see is the average line. You see a properly defined data label. And in addition to that, if I choose two different columns, by pressing Control, in this case September and December, and then if I right click on December, I see something called Analyze. Once I click on it, I see something called Explain the Decrease, and it means from $82,000 to $70,000 there has been a decrease of $12,000. So I would like to know why did that happen. So if I go to Analyze and click on that button, let's see what happens next. It will take some time and run some analysis in the background. Once it finishes the analysis, let's see what has it come up with. I can see multiple different waterfall charts, and under each chart I see options to change the chart to something else. So let's take one of the many examples and see what did it do. So it says Texas and Minnesota accounted for majority of the decrease among states, offsetting the increase of California. So between September and December, the change from $82,000 to $70,000 has been analyzed from different states' angle. So California gave extra $13,000. However, there are few states such as New York, Washington, Minnesota and Texas which offset the growth, and therefore you have a declined sales value. Now that's amazing because you can also click on the plus button and have this visualization on your canvas of Power BI. Super cool. Plus, you can also click on these four charts and see other forms of visualizations using the same data set. So if I click on scatter, that's what you get. If I click on the 100% stacked, that's what you get, and finally ribbon. As you scroll down, you'll see other variables have been used to explain the difference. You'll see west, south, east, central. Furthermore, as you scroll down, you might see the different ways of shipping. So I'll not take more of your time, but I'll show you how to create this clustered column chart, which gives you so much analysis just with some simple clicks. So I click outside and then I quickly make a duplicate of this page. I'll minimize this chart so that you get an idea what is it that we wish to accomplish. I'll arrange the other forms of the visualization on my screen so that we can make best use of the available screen. Now let's begin. I click on the visualization clustered column chart. Next, I look out for the month field and then I drop the month field inside that newly created visual. The next thing I do is look for sale in the search box. I drag and drop to the visualization field. Now I'll just increase the height and you'll see the same pattern as the previous chart. However, you don't see data labels. To do that, I will go to the format button. I will go to the data label section. I will switch it on. Now you may want to explore this a little more because it has options such as display unit, which you can convert to millions if you want or convert to thousands if you want. Next, there are other options such as increasing the text size, and as you increase so, it will increase provided you give it more space to include that chart. Next, you can activate show background and this is exactly how it looks. As you change the year, the chart details of course will change. However, one thing is missing and that is the average line. So let us see how to get the average line. I go to the analytics, I don't find any. And the simple reason is that I have currently chosen slicer as the visual. So this feature is available if you are using clustered column chart. And therefore I choose it again before I go to the analytics section. This analytics section contains many options which you would like to explore. We will explore one such technique. I'll go to average line, I'll click on add, and then it'll ask me based on what measure. Currently I just have sales. Color is something that you can decide to choose. Transparency you can decide to decrease to make it more prominent. And then if you want, you can also activate the data labels. What does this do? This ensures that the number that you have as average is shown at the top left corner of the dashed line. Of course, Power BI has been liberal in giving you more options in terms of formatting it. So display units, you can decide to keep it 1000 just like last time. And decimal places 0 and press enter. The result is this number is too compact, and that's a good idea. Now majority of the settings that you see right now is equally applicable to clustered bar. To prove a point, I can click on clustered bar right away and you'll get a similar visualization. See? Along with the average line and the data labels and the background color. You can also decide to switch back to the previous chart. Now, if you want different colors for different month, you may want to explore the field ones. However, I do not see any saturation option, which I see in some of the charts. So what do? We go to the format and we look for something called data colors. In this, if I switch it on, it'll allow me to change the color for each month separately. So if I choose February and I choose a different color, let's see what happens. Noticed? Against each chart, you might see a triple dot sign either at the top right or at the bottom right. Now that's important. Why? Because you can click on the triple dot and see the options such as sort by. If you sort by sales, you will get to see in ascending or descending order highest to lowest sale. Now this is very important at times because you would want to see the data in ascending or descending order. If I want to switch it back, I go to the triple dots and I this time choose the option month. Now just a quick one, which is absolutely important if you are working with clustered bar chart. If I choose clustered bar and then when I look at the y-axis labels, specifically in this case being month, at times you may have a different category here which may be truncated owing to the length. So let me try and show you that problem and then of course the solution. So I type in product and I will insist on bringing the product instead of month. I'll take away the month. So it's going to be a long list because of course I'm dealing with so many different types of product IDs. Now at times you will not be able to see the full name of the product IDs and you would need more space to show it, right? If that happens, please go to format, go to y-axis and scroll down. Why? Because then you get to see three very important options. One of them is increasing the maximum size. So at times you may have to increase this so that you get the names of all the categories in the y-axis correctly. Of course, you can also bring in top 5 and top 10 by the use of filter. I have explained that in a different video, but I'm just giving you a heads up. There is an option where you choose top n, decide top 5, and then add the data fields such as sales into the value field and then apply filter. If you do that, you get to see only the top 5 products being sold across different years. Isn't that cool? So friends, that was a bonus trick. And this was a short video on clustered bar and clustered column visualization of Power BI. Hope you enjoyed it.